The oldest echoes of faith whisper through crumbling papyrus and fading ink, telling a story unlike any sermon etched in memory. Picture yourself standing in a candle-lit chamber, scrolls piled high, dust dancing in shafts of gold. You sense an ancient tension, one God who thunders laws and floods worlds, and another present, gentle as starlight, calling humanity to love beyond measure. Tonight, we pierce that veil. We trace Marcion's audacious claim that the world's first Christian Bible revealed a shocking divide, the Creator as a jealous jailer and Jesus as emissary of a higher, boundless source. What if the roots of fear-based worship were never meant to bind us? Breathe deeply. Your journey from bondage to liberation begins now. Marcion, a shipowner's son from Sinope, stepped onto Rome's marble streets in 144 CE and shattered complacency. He pointed to the Creator who drowns civilizations, commands genocides, and delights in burnt offerings. Is this love? He asked. Then he opened Luke's words about turning the other cheek and forgiving 77 times. Two portraits, one canvas, yet their colors clashed. Could compassion and cruelty spring from the same divine brush? Marcion answered with thunderous certainty. No. Jesus, he said, descended from an unknown God of immeasurable mercy here, to rescue souls shackled by the world builder's iron laws. The church trembled. Seekers listened. A legend from desert mystics speaks of twin seeds planted in parched soil. One seed sprouted thorns demanding water from every traveler who passed. The other waited patiently, roots diving deep until it found an underground spring. Centuries later, the thorn bush stands brittle, while the silent tree shades pilgrims with fragrant blossom. Which seed do you water in your soul, fear or quiet trust? By the late 2nd century, historian Bart Ehrman notes, Marcianite assemblies dotted the Mediterranean like constellations. Their hymns praised a God of unbounded grace. Their tables served fish and figs, never red meat. Women preached beside men, echoing Mary Magdalene's bold voice. Imagine stepping into such a gathering. Would your heart race with scandal or relief? Rome branded them heretics, but spiritual refugees flocked to their doors, longing for a creed that healed rather than harmed. An aging fisherman once repaired a torn net while telling his grandson, "A net that strangles every small fish leaves nothing for tomorrow." He knotted the mesh wider. The next dawn, his catch overflowed, big and small, feeding the whole village. Marcion widened the net of faith, freeing souls once deemed unworthy. Will you widen yours? Long before church councils forged the 27-book New Testament, Marcion curated 11 texts, 10 Pauline letters stripped of Jewish law, plus a pared-down Gospel of Luke he called Evangelicon. He wielded red ink like a scalpel, excising verses praising the Creator. To critics, it was vandalism. To followers, surgery, removing malignant fear. Could the very Bible we cherish be an edited rebuttal to his edits? The later church raced to compile a unified canon, ironically inspired by the heretic they condemned. In a forgotten monastery, a monk crafted a mirror from polished obsidian. One side reflected light faithfully, the reverse warped every visage into a scowl. Pilgrims chose which side to gaze upon, and their moods followed. Scripture can be such a mirror. Does it show wrath or radiant love? When you look, fast forward to the 1970s Sahara, where looters unearthed a leather-bound codex within the Gospel of Judas. Here, Jesus laughs at disciples who worship your God while confiding in Judas about Barbelo, the immortal realm of boundless light. Suddenly, Marcion's dichotomy found an ancient ally. If Jesus himself rejected the Creator's throne, what chains can still bind you? Scholars gasped, institutions bristled. The desert wind carried an old heresy into modern heart. Picture Judas not as traitor, but as secret confidant, tasked with triggering a cosmic jailbreak. His betrayal becomes a doorway, his 30 coins a key. How many villains in your life stories were guardians of hidden grace? Gnostic texts paint Barbello as the first emanation, a womb of light beyond space-time. Modern physicists speak of quantum fields birthing particles in silent symphonies. Could Barbello be the spiritual blueprint of the zero-point field? In meditation, when thought dissolves, some glimpse that same spacious radiance, an inner universe untouched by judgment. Jesus, Marcion believed, came to awaken this memory, to declare, "The kingdom is within you and all around you." A traveler reaches a massive iron gate inscribed, "Enter by fear." He knocks, but it won't budge. Exhausted, he sits, closes his eyes, and imagines a doorway of light. When he opens them, the iron gate has vanished. A meadow stretches before him. Sometimes walls dissolve the moment we refuse to believe in them. Church fathers Irenaeus and Tertullian thundered against Marcion, branding him firstborn of Satan. Yet behind the rhetoric lurked politics. A single, fear-sanctioned deity kept empires orderly. A god of radical grace threatened hierarchies. When doctrine serves domination, who truly benefits, souls or throne? The burning of Marcianite. Scrolls testified to power's anxiety. Ideas can be jailed, but questions slip through bars. Legend tells of an emperor who decreed worship of his empty throne every dawn. Subjects bowed to wood and velvet, forgetting the absent ruler. One child dared to sit upon it, laughing. Guards panicked, yet nothing happened. The spell broke. What empty thrones rule your mind? The secret book of John expands the drama. Sophia births Yaldabaoth, ignorant architect of the material cosmos. He bellows, "I am God, and there is no other," echoing verses later canonized. Gnostics answer with cosmic irony. Ignorance mistakes itself for omnipotence. If creation groans under error, might awakening be the software patch? Marcion's unknown. God parallels Sophia's higher realm, inviting us to upgrade from fear-coded reality to love-coded consciousness. A wanderer enters a library whose books burst into flame as he reads them, yet their words brand themselves upon his heart. By nightfall, the shelves stand empty, but his mind glows like embers. Truth, once tasted, survives every fire. Today's mindfulness circles, energy healing modalities, and non-dual teachings echo Marcion and the Gnostic. Divinity is an inside job. Neuroscientists map compassion lighting up the brain. Quantum theorists show observers shaping reality. Is the higher God simply the awakened state where love collapses all fear-based waveform? Each breath is a choice. Obey the tyrant of judgment, or listen to the still, spacious voice whispering, "I am within." An elder weighs 2 feathers, one labeled control, compassion. Control's quill is iron-tipped, sinking the scale. Compassion's plume is light, yet a breeze lifts it, balancing the weight. Which feather will you release into the world today? Beloved seeker, the scrolls of Marcion, Judas, Thomas, and Mary are not relics but mirrors. They dare us to ask, do I worship a God of thunder or tune to a source of limitless compassion? The answer is lived, not lectured. Every time you choose forgiveness over fury, you write a new gospel in the book of existence. Every time you question fear-mongering voices, you reclaim a verse that was burned. Let this be your revelation. Divinity is not a distant throne, but the luminous core of your own consciousness. Step beyond inherited chain. Walk the meadow where gates once stood. Share this light. Speak these forgotten truths. And if this message stirred your soul, pass it on, like the child who sat upon the empty throne and proved it powerless.